Oswego County is under a state of emergency. That happened yesterday. Water levels continue to creep up, and emergency management crews are sending warnings to neighbors.
News Channel 9's Julia LeBlanc tonight shows us what this means for boaters and those living along the shoreline.
Kaler knows these waters like the back of his hand. He's a fisherman, and he's been catching salmon and trout in Lake Ontario for 34 years. But with rising water levels, the ride hasn't been as smooth.
A lot of debris in the rivers. The rivers are real high. Along the shoreline, a lot of erosion. There's some big trees that have been turned over from the waves.
Kaler says they built these risers on the docks back in 2017, and each day he's been checking the water levels since mid-April. He says they get closer and closer to the way they were 2 years ago.
This is not fast, it's not furious. Unfortunately, it's very quiet. It's very insidious, and it just keeps creeping up.
The Oswego County Legislature issuing a state of emergency. That means a no-wake zone for boaters like Kaler. Boats have to remain at idle speed when they're within 1,000 feet of the shoreline. If they don't, Dale Currier says it creates bigger waves. And then,
once they reach the shore, then they can cause erosion or bang into other boats and cause damage.
The state of emergency coming before Memorial Day weekend, when Currier expects a lot of people to be on the water. And while it doesn't really hurt Kaler's business, he worries about those getting hit along the shoreline again.
People have to keep going through this every year. Something has to be done.
And local, state, and federal workers are pushing the clock to keep up with the water. In Oswego, Julia LeBlanc, News Channel 9.
Currier says the state of emergency will be in effect at minimum until the end of the month. He says anyone who ignores the no-wake order could get stopped by marine law enforcement, and you could get fined.